Well, they're making beautiful music, but this isn't so nice. At the height of the real estate bubble, American home ownership was up to almost 70%. That's at an all-time high. But in recent months, the reverse has happened. Home ownership is now at its lowest rate in more than a decade. And here with everything you need to know about what this may mean for you as attorney and financial fresh start author, Shari Olefson. Good to see you, Shari.
Good morning, John.
Boy, this is something. We know that some people were very much impacted more than others by the real estate crash. If you're a homeowner, does it matter to you that others were not?
Well, here's the thing. There are sound financial reasons behind home ownership for the homeowner, but also for everyone else and the whole economy. For example, we know that home ownership is basically a forced savings plan. Now, we're talking about the kind of traditional home ownership where the goal is to own your home free and clear, not where you keep spending the equity. And so most people have a hard time saving. Home ownership basically forces them to save. We know when people save, if they retire, if they have a medical emergency, they've got money. They don't have to count on taxpayer money, right? 75% of the middle class used to count on that for their retirement and their nest egg. We also know that when folks feel that wealth effect from home ownership, where their home's going up in value, they'll spend more and have confidence, which is 70% of our economy. That benefits everyone. And we know that each home creates about 3 jobs and about $90,000 in tax revenue. We've also got tons of research that shows what I call sort of the kumbaya benefits of home ownership. So we know it benefits neighborhoods, kids do better in school, everyone's home values go up, there's less crime, things like that.
Well, it's the American dream. You feel like you're a piece of something. You're a member of this great club.
Right, and the point is it benefits all of us for other folks to be able to afford their homes, again, sustainably.
All right, so I thought things were supposed to be getting better, and apparently they're not. How far have home ownership rates actually dropped?
Well, here's the thing. We're down to about 65% now, which is about where we were in the mid-1990s. That's the biggest drop since the Depression. And one of the things that's troubling is that minorities actually have home ownership rates of about 30% less than whites.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how does all this compare to maybe other countries? I mean, it used to be people came here to buy a home and live the American dream.
And isn't that the irony? North America is sort of hand in hand with home ownership because folks left countries where it was only the landed aristocracy could own homes.
Right.
Now the irony is that in countries like Eastern European countries or Russia, the home ownership rates are actually around 80 or 90%, much higher than ours. And there are cultural and economic and financial and legal reasons that go into that. For example, the availability of mortgage loans, government policies, tax policies encouraging home ownership, housing costs and rental alternatives, disposable income, those kinds of things. For example, in some South American countries, you need 70 or 80% down to buy a home. And one of the things that happens is people really get stuck in poverty from one generation to the next. You see crime going up and other things that are detrimental to society as a whole.
But in some of these other countries, it seems at least like they learned from us and they put it into practice, and now we forgot what we taught them.
Exactly, and some folks estimate that home ownership rates might go down to below 64% by 2015. So the impacts on all of us are pretty serious.
All right, we need to get back on the stick.
You got that right.
Shari, thank you so much for being here with us. Let's go back over to the anchor desk.